A cozy but demanding adventure awaits. Today I took on the owner of an immersive medieval tavern. The goal: 100% completion. Now join me as I explore every quest, master every aspect, and uncover all the hidden secrets of this rustic, ale-filled adventure. Whether I'm serving drinks to rowdy patrons or solving my logistical woes, I'm here to conquer it all. Grab your tankard and let's embark on this epic journey together. This is 100% of Tavern Master. Upon entering this glorious quest to become a boozy but brilliant establishment, I first had to quickly learn the absolute basics that the game required. And like the pro gamer that I am, I blitzed through the starter tutorial in a quicker time than you can learn my name. It's Lons, by the way. So the glorious first day at the boozy respite begins, and I spent some time just familiarising myself with everything that was around. This consisted with adding in a third table and some basic benches. And with the basic setup, I watched as we served some simple stuff out to the customers and started to make a little gold. But to truly get something going, we needed to establish more of a base. Day 1 finished. Red means bad. Times move on and our bartender got an upgrade at least. On day 2, I started with optimizing and preparing to earn some dollar. I also realized that the place could be named. Behold, Boozy Respite. A glorious name for a glorious master. And just like that, the kitchen research had finished. The voice in my head proceeded to explain exactly how it works too. How convenient. With it came a cool 800 gold, so I put it to good use and built myself a basic kitchen area. I placed a counter, shelving, and a food storage crate. I quickly followed by queuing up some research for a wonderful beverage, lemonade. I'd almost forgot to actually staff my kitchen. Welcome, Isaac. Just like that, day 2 had ended, a surplus of cash this time and some other stats that I don't care about. A new day had dawned and I thought to check out what the menu had to offer. There was a variety of desserts and just some bread as a main for now. I watched closely as we sold our first bit of food and decided to ensure our wheat stock was as high as possible.
Jesse, we have to cook.
Lemonade researched. Time for extra customers. A little bit of spare cash means I can get a lovely little entrance rug. Now, what I love most about sim games is how I can just watch as I slowly get more wealth, you know? We as humans truly are just simple creatures that yearn for an easy life. What's that, barkeep? Oh yeah. Should probably get a kitchen floor and maybe a light too. Another research complete, and it's time for musicians. Day 3 completed and a slight negative. Investments take time, right? Day 4 was upon us and slowly but surely we were getting into the stride. Not a lot was happening other than day-to-day business. Then, around 4 PM, I had enough to invest in a lemonade barrel. A small step to a zesty future. Our next bit of research had finished, and this was the opportunity to set up a takeout counter for food. Then before I knew it, day 4 had finished, and yes, a poor performance once more. On day 5, I rearranged my tables, and turns out it really winds up the customers. Bad boy. My bartender had also leveled up, so I put the point into drink pouring. Day 5 flew by, and finally I saw a nice figure in the green. Day 6 was here, and I spent a bit of time looking over the quests and unlocks related to it. It's apparent that there are some real opportunities here to get stuck into. A new table and chair seems like a good idea, and a little drink to stock up. It was 3 PM, and so far we were moving slow. The negative wasn't so bad as we purchased some things though. Takeout research. Let's revisit. Today was the start of something wonderful. I can feel it. First, a takeout window, followed by a waitress upgrade to her speed. And out of nowhere, the day had finished already. It was now apparent that we were super short. New research queued then, and this bloody takeout counter. I found it, but wasn't quite ready to commit. I topped up ingredients and casually watched as the day wasted away once more with only a small impact to the profit margin. Soon, I will get business booming. Honestly, tell the truth, is it any good? Swift but green, day 7 ends. I am just now putting in this takeout counter, but damn, the thing won't snap how I want it to. that'll do for now. I'm a complete tool. The thing is placed the wrong way round and customers are starting to queue in my kitchen. I do fix this real soon, I promise. In anticipation, I played around and started moving the kitchen around. And out of nowhere, I finished the research for running events in my tavern. Times are changing. Alright, by now you know the drill. Another day, another report that looks a bit rubbish. Now I did spend a fair bit of time messing about replacing stuff though, so not all bad. Moving forward, it was day 9 and a new research was commissioned for a fireplace grill. I kept trying to rearrange this damn takeout counter over and over, but nothing was working. I ended up deleting the walls around it to reassess. I started to shuffle the kitchen around some more as I was getting some great ideas in my head. A new counter inside and tried to place it again. But man, this thing will not rotate, damn it! The day had finished, but instead of hating the profit margins, I decided to correctly use the end of the day as the time for me to actually rearrange and get the place in order. This was basically just shuffling some tables, but whatever. Day 10 and we're even starting our days in the negative gold. It does pick up by the end of the day, but with salaries paid daily, I need to ensure enough was available to meet the needs. Okay, have an upgrade. Also, turns out the chef foods upgrades too. It was only now that I was also realizing that it was possible to adjust the priorities on staff too. Complete game changer. With eventually a lovely bit of gold stuff flowing, it was time to think to more of an expansion. More walls and a lovely bit of kitchen floor. This was swiftly followed by a complete rejig of the place. And just like that, day 10 ends. Money well spent and still a profit to show for it. With a fresh, clear head, the reasoning became clear. I rearranged and prepared for the day ahead, and just like that, it was as if everything was correct in the tavern. There was a mini quest to install a fire extinguisher, so I got that done immediately. And as the gold trickled in, I upgraded and bought new ingredients. And there it was, the new floor tile unlocked, followed by some more walls. And here we are, despite the ever-changing landscape we're building, I was only just negative for the day, a testament to how business is running. Day 12 starts with a cheeky chef level up and a legendary fruit bowl got better. Some more staff levels and a quick tidy up to remove the other door we placed. So as time goes by, it's important to cherish the little bits of peace that come with running a medieval tavern. As long as the money flows, I flow. Another day ends. Day 13 brought a fabulous apple pie upgrade and some quest completions, followed by a good resupply of ale and lemonade, and finally walling the kitchen off. After a decent day, it was the perfect time to increase value with some rugs. And with that, day 13 had ended. Yes, a surplus in spite of the spendings. Oi, barkeep, you alright? Let's purchase some more stuff. I had completed a quest and earned some gold for an expansion. This consisted of planning where the bar was going to go, as well as some new stone flooring. I patched the remaining area and had a considerable amount of space to play with. The bar was ready to be moved, and this was the perfect spot. A couple more wall pieces for every bit of gold we earn. Early on, business is hard. Cash money in the green. On day 15, I had realised what the research was that we completed. This basically means we can hold events at our tavern with a chance to make some extra delicious gold. I unlocked the musician's podium and got that ready. Then I hired myself a single musician to start the next day for a 50 gold a day. Then it was time to prep the barrels full of beverage. And once again, the days are just too quick. A rough one at that too. In the early hours of the morning, a thieving little shit made his way into the tavern and decided to take a barrel of our delicious H2O. Luckily, he did choose the one with just the water in the full. A bunch of gold was quickly consumed by the need to top up food and drink stocks, as well as lighting the place up a little. A decent little end to the day again with lots of purchases made. Deep into earning in day 17, I had some spare gold for some more tables. We managed to complete a new quest which actually unlocked some cool pictures for us to put up too, and I quickly realised that the picture was also free. Now the prestige was high enough, we were able to now schedule some lovely little events at the inn. Day 19 starts with some upgrades to our staff, and then a new upgraded bench and table. Now a good top up of lemonade. A new research of good old wine, and then some more upgrades. Another improved bench and some shuffle required. With a good chunk of gold saved, it was time for a new grill. Another day! Early hours of day 21, the thieves came back and stole my beer barrel. We managed enough money to get a beer barrel going once more. The time had come to finally get myself a guard to stop our goods being taken. Welcome, Randall, to the crew. Let's get another light and bench and then top up the booze reserves. And as the customers leave on the eve of day 21, I decided to sell off some of the rickety benches in preparation for some upgrades. Pleasure does come at a cost. A glorious day running what would be one of the best establishments ever. The next research is called Adventures. Let's do it and see what it's all about. After a quick top up of lemonade, it was the end of day 22 and a decent little profit. Starting day 23 off right, I soaked in a little music, and so begins a little more decoration. Then Brienne got a nice little level up, and we moved on to researching ale. Goodbye day 23 and a decent little day. So, before starting day 24, I took a little time to rearrange and upgrade a few tables and benches. And with a full tavern, it was time to consider how we could push business further. With each day, I was able to complete some quests and make extra gold that way as well. I topped up the wheat, lemonade and beer, leveled up my cream rolls and completed a quest. Then day's end and a fine little profit was made. As day 25 began, I had forgot we scheduled an event. The party flurried in and we quickly gained some extra gold. And just like that, we claimed a new cheese recipe. Then customers dispersed and I got to work rearranging the tables for an expansion. It was only now that I realised we could buy better wax for our candles to reduce the fire risk.
Nice.
And day ends once again. At the crack of dawn on day 26, I decided it was time to upgrade 2 musicians on the podium. Ale research is completed, let's get better prices next. And really quickly we moved on to the kitchen decorations and leveled up our bread recipe. Day 26 ended in a surplus as well. And just as we entered day 27, a thief tried his luck again, but my bouncer scared him off easily. The new musicians had arrived and were playing some lovely tunes on day 27. Our kitchen decorations research completed, so I started on more guests. We had finally gotten around to getting the Adventurers Guild table and it was lovely. This gave us the opportunity to go out on mini little missions to gather new resources from far and wide. We finished a quest because of it. And day 27 ends. On day 28 we started by satisfying a party. And I looked over the adventurer table whilst now allowing me to send people out to collect resources. Then I topped up drinks and finished the 28th day, and then on to 29 by finishing a quest. Then I leveled the fruit bowl, completed another quest, bought a table, completed a quest, claimed a recipe, bought some benches and a couple of windows. Then research began on more waitresses, followed by a level up on Isaac. And then profit for the day. Can you believe it? On day 30, I started the day by getting a new party booked in, then leveled the cherry cake and filled the lemonade and beer. I swiftly moved on to a bit of decorating, then 2 new adventures were commissioned. I also completed another quest and bought a table. We had officially hit the 30 days. Profit will come. Day 31, we got the party started and did a new mission. Nothing else, a pretty simple day. At the start of day 32, burglar tries his luck, but the bouncer sees him off again. I crack on with finishing a quest and get my goodies from the missions. And booking in a new party. All of a sudden, I am alerted by a fire in the tavern. I quickly assemble some of the staff to go and get some water on that thing before disaster strikes. I was left with some charred tables, but nothing too serious. I ended the day by selling off the burnt items. And there we go. Another day in the books. Day 33 begins with adventurers bringing me my rewards. I then crack on and fill up a few of the different drinks. Buy some more food ingredients, level up a waitress, and claim a finished quest. Day 33 ends on a serious high and a juicy 641 profit in gold. Day 34 starts with yet another party that was slightly bigger. This netted us an extra 300 gold for the trouble. I then completed a mission, leveled 2 waitresses up, refilled some drinks and leveled up a cheese dish. With some spare cash in the pocket, I commissioned the start of an expansion on the back of the kitchen area. I laid the floors, shuffled the gear around, removed some old walls, moved around some lighting and placed the new walls. Then swiftly moved on to researching a chopping table. The day ended on a negative, but we paid for a new expansion. Day 35 began with hiring a brand new chef called Gale. Then I scheduled in a new wine tasting party in 2 days' time and started another research project. Finishing the day in the green, I couldn't complain. Cracking on in day 36, I decided it was time to consider another waitress to join the team and help us, as well as collect my cheese and strawberries I had earned from the adventures. I shuffled the kitchen a little, bought an ale barrel and topped it up, completed a quest, bought some rugs and removed some walls. I'd also decided to spend some gold on yet another small expansion for a new bar area. Day 36 finished with a plus sign. Good stuff. On the next day, or just before it reopens for business, I crack on with a full adjustment to the layout that consisted of moving all tables and chairs, as well as shuffling the adventures table over to be more efficient. We clicked to reopen for business again, and a bloody burglar decided to have another pop at robbing us. No luck this time. We started positive and satisfied the party. I also set up a new adventure for some cheese, and swiftly moved on to buying a chopping table, then completed the quest attached to it. Before the end of the day, I replaced some of the rubbish tables with slightly a better variant. Day 38 began with me just soaking in the scenes and new layout we had set up. It was quite peaceful and pretty damn satisfying seeing all of the gold add up as customers got served. I moved on to level my fish dish, buy 2 new plants, a new banner, and leveled up our chicken dish as well. I also chucked a shed load of gold into more expansion for where I wanted the bar to go. I laid the flooring and shuffled it back into position. Even with the expansion, I managed a solid plus 422 gold for the day. Day 39 began with arranging another party for tomorrow, then buying a window, leveling up as chef, and refilling some drinks. Nothing more but a nice profit. So the next day I started off by rearranging the tables and benches to really start to ramp up the amount of customers I was able to fit into the place. With each shuffle, a fair amount of space was created. I cracked on and started the day by setting up another wine tasting session to earn a bit more cash. After that I topped up the wine, brought a bunch of wheat, and leveled up the cheese board. One of our biggest profits to date. Before starting day 41, I sold some benches off and bought in a nice new little table. Look at that. Looks lovely. The day started with a bang and I completed a quest to net 350 gold. Then I purchased yet another lovely table and leveled up my bread and cream roll recipe. A swift day ended in the green. The next day started with a shuffle and a collection of strawberries. Then I set the adventures off to get me some more mushrooms. Next, I started researching milk, cider, and mead. I also looked at setting up the soup making area. Topped up some more scran and got more soup in. We now had 3 soups added to the menu. Day 42 finishes, but nothing special to show really. And then on day 43, it started with a whole lot of guests to satisfy, but not enough seats. I got a quest done, bought a bunch of benches and tables, topped up drinks, and unlocked an elite waitress. She had some insane stats. It was already day 44 and the gold was flowing in nicely. Sorry, forgot to show the end of day 43. I'd also finished the research for new drinks mentioned, so I got in a milk barrel and some milk. The day finished on a pretty hefty minus, but it's all good. Now, it was at this point I realised that I could adjust the drink prices, so I tinkered with them a little to not affect the guests per day number. I also got some more curtains and windows, and a couple of banners. I got a new steak level up, claimed another quest, and leveled the fish up. We ended our best day yet with a cool 708 gold. Oh look, another pesky burglar that failed. Cheers, bouncer. The morning of day 46 started with topping up ingredients and satisfying another wine and cheese party. I kept on top of stock, bought more furniture, earned some strawberries, and leveled a waitress. I also completed another quest and set up more adventures for some more berries. With some of the gold, I got more decorations and scheduled yet another money-making party. A very average day ends. I started the next day with some handiwork and purchased some more soup pots. It was also time to try and rearrange the kitchen to make it more efficient. Lastly, I had noticed that all of the walls were still an ugly concrete colour. I rectified this with some interesting brown wallpaper. Look guys, it's all I have so far. And there it is. What do you think? Quite nice and cozy actually. Anyway, moving on, I topped up the milk, ale and veggies. Just like that, another day is gone. Day 48 consisted of completing a quest, claiming strawberries, leveling soup, and claiming another quest that netted 400 gold extra. A juicy day with a plus 762 gold. On day 49, we served a party of 50 people with ease and bought a new cider barrel. I watched my barman like a hawk to see how he's getting on. Not bad, to be fair to him. I then moved on to another adventure and completed a quest to take us closer to the next reward. A straightforward day. The 50% mark, baby, and 2 quests done straight away. I got some green beans, leveled a waitress, and leveled the fruit bowl. I also got in another table and benches and topped up the liquids. A steady but rewarding day. The next day kicks off with yet another wine tasting party being scheduled, a level up for some of our soups and meals, quests completed, and adventures commissioned. To finish off the day, I commissioned another expansion of the premise and decorated it to match. I also rearranged some more furniture. Yet another average day for an average owner. Day 52 started with some furniture upgrades, some earned cheese, and a new forage starting with a successful party arrangement to net some extra cash. I moved on to also claim 450 gold for a quest target, topped up drinks, replaced the benches, completed quest, and placed a nice new picture. On day 53, I claimed the fruits of labour, scheduled in a party, hired a new waitress, and decorated some more. A lovely little earner today. I started day 54 off with setting up and clearing adventures for the days ahead. I was getting a little excited by the sheer amount of gold we had stored too. Ka-ching, baby. Day 55 started with a couple more tables being purchased and serving all 50 guests of a party that arrived. I also kept on top of stock to serve their every need. The day ended on a hefty minus though. Day 56 started off with fending off another burglar, then collecting all of my adventure goodies they brought back for me. And finally, some more decorations added. A spicy and profitable day. Nice. At the start of day 57, I checked in with a band, which was now 3 people. Then moved on to collect more berries and cheese, start new adventures, book in a party, level up a dish, buy a new table, and complete a quest. I finished off the afternoon by purchasing a load of lights and leveling yet another meal. Minus 574 gold. Day 58 started off well because I got my first ever fancy table in. The party was in and satisfied. A bunch of executioners. Lovely. A cracking profit for the day. The next day started with yet more adventures, and the new 3-man band was in and playing some delightful tunes. Moving on, I leveled up roasting fish dish, bought some lights, and rearranged some stuff. A completely average finish to the day. It was day 60 and we were once again sorting adventurers out to earn food. I topped up ingredients, leveled some dishes, and got in some more wall decorations and a new window. Maybe I need to chill on spending. Oh man, 2 burglars came this time and took out my guard. They helped themselves to a couple of kegs and disappeared into the night. Business, it doesn't stop though. I set up the guard with some extra armor and gear. That should do it for now. We also had an important party in that earned a cool 1k gold. And with no time to lose, I put the gold to use with a new expansion. This was in anticipation of creating a hotel upstairs. I rearranged that area and got some more items in and around to make it look nice. I also shifted a few things over and purchased the set of stairs. Followed by setting up the first floor walls and laying down the new flooring. The day ended on a big deficit from all the spending, but day 62 starts with completing adventures and topping up drinks. And then prepping both the interior and the exterior walls to make the place a little more cozy and inviting. A quick one comes to an end. At the start of day 63, I segmented the upstairs from the ground floor and took mains off the menu for the day. A lovely profit. Day 64 had yet another party in, so I kept the drinks flowing. And here we are again, setting up adventures. I also scheduled in a new work anniversary party. This was our biggest one yet. I leveled up the cheese board, purchased some more seating, topped up our food reserves, started a new research, and topped up the milk. Goodbye, day 64. The next day starts with 2 burglars trying their luck again. Our tanky guard scared them off though, no problem. And nice, a new flooring tile unlocked. I put it to good use and covered the place in a lovely new laminate look. I really like how this makes the place look 10 times more cozy. Thumbs up for that for sure. I leveled up the creamy rolls and completed another quest. Most days seem to start with adventures now, to be honest. So I also booked in a new party and leveled up the leek soup. I finally purchased the upgraded grill. An absolute game changer. This also completed 2 more quests for the day. A green day, but not huge profit. The party was served for a huge 2k gold extra. I leveled the green pea stew, topped up the ingredients, and managed to complete a quest for a new picture. I placed this one right behind the bar. Back upstairs, I started fiddling around with trying to make a banister look nice. Then it was time for a new bit of research, so I got working on the hotel. In order to complete this research, we now required a researcher that could handle researching from books. I don't know. I got in a desk for him and hired Frederick. A decent little profit for the day. The next day started with a little work on the tables and upgrading another one. Then I shuffled the researcher and got him an actual bookshelf. And there he is, learning away for the sake of me and my business. Anywho, it was time for another new table and some more arrangement once again. This day ends in the red. Oh dear. Day 69, oi oi, starts off with a couple of cheeky burglars. Then we leveled the tomato soup, the bread, and completed a quest. 69 finishes pretty strong. On day 70, I squeezed in tables and chairs wherever I could because I had to seat 100 guests and we were just shy of being able to. And there we go, all served. I unlocked another quest and finished with a level up on strawberry cake. Nearly 1.4k profit. Check me out. The morning started really well and a new expansion got commissioned. It's nice to have a chunk of gold to spend again. The new space was home to a second small bar in the little corner. The new bar was home for just ale and beer kegs. I finished the day off with completing a quest. Ignore the minus. It was the start of day 72 and the place was absolutely booming. I was proud for what we had achieved so far. So much so that if you haven't already, please consider subbing to the channel. Moving forward, it was time once again to see how we could make use of the space even more to drive customers in. I bought in a nice new top tier table and rearranged the place. There was also a bit of gold spare to get in some nice long rugs under their feet too. And boom, ignore the red again. The next day starts with a successful payment from a party, new adventures planned, a new waitress hired, soup leveled and a new rug purchased. I have already decided to get a bigger second bar to accommodate more barrels. I sold off the old one as well. The new bar got a new beer, ale, cider and mead barrel. And ka-ching baby, a decent one. Day 74 began with me pondering over what to do with the first floor we had started. I got in a new window and had a little idea to get going. I started to lay the foundations of what would be some makeshift hotel rooms. They weren't pretty, but will hopefully serve the intended purpose for some extra cash. I also went ahead and laid the extra flooring out across the whole floor. Day ends, not much to say. The next day consisted of placing more walls upstairs and decorating the exterior walls to match. I completed a new quest and set up another adventure. And days gone. Day 76 began with another reshuffle of decor and purchasing of tables. It was really starting to take shape for us here. Making use of space where possible. It is paramount to make each and every penny I can. I completed another quest and served a new party. Now, I really wasn't happy with how upstairs had started, so I revisited. It consisted of a full reshape on the walls, and I decided that a corridor was required to go through the middle. I also got in a separate stuff to make it to singular rooms, which equals more cash, and a decent profit to end. The next day consisted of a waitress level up, topping up ingredients, and topping up the booze. Not much else. Then we moved on again. We had a cherry cake level up and a couple of quests completed. And then cracking on with some hotel room upgrades, which was some lighting and some double beds. And boom, a decent profit. Now, on day 79, we had yet another party in to look after, so I made sure the booze was topped up. I then moved to upgrade kitchen storage and bought our guards some new armor. Quest unlocked a new elite chef. Leveled the pea soup and started the research on hotel furniture. A chunky profit of 2606 gold today. Oh yes. Day 80 began with running adventurers as always. And then I got to work with a huge expansion of the hotel upstairs. Loads of new walls laid and more individual rooms planned. Each room got a double bed, a cabinet, a light, some wallpaper to match, and some decorations when money would allow. The fruit bowl got leveled up and the day finished once more. Day 81 consisted of dish level ups, quest completions, and ingredient top ups once more. The day finishes up very average, as believe it or not, the ingredients take so much money. The next day starts with adventures once more and then straight into some work fitting in more tables as we had to seat 100 people for the next party. Finally, I completed a few quests too. We made an insane profit of 4,624 gold. I put the gold straight to use though on some better seating. And then the burglars tried their luck but failed miserably. Level ups. Further work on the hotel with more kit. Another level up. And some spots to hire more waitresses. Just look at it. The hotel was in full swing with most rooms occupied for the night. I had realised our staircase looked a bit silly, so I removed the walls downstairs and opened it up a little, as well as rearranging some more. And there it was. Much better, I think, don't you? I squeezed in a lovely cosy table and levelled the fish steak. The day summaries didn't matter too much by now, let's be honest. Day 85 starts with a cool 2k made straight from the party. Alright, I was sitting on 3.5k gold to work on the expansion here. I began by getting the walls and windows sorted, decorated, reshuffled some bits, moved the counter into the kitchen, laid the flooring out, got in some lights and removed the old wall out. Look at this space now. I didn't stop there though and got in proper ceiling lights, shuffled some bits and got another large table placed. Some nice little seats, quests completed, and a cozy fireplace. A negative, but a lot of spend by me. The next day I got in a new bar, shuffled some bits, leveled up a chef, decorated more, and topped up all the drinks. Still made a decent profit again. Early hours of the morning, another burglar fended off. Then the day went as follows. Adventurers, level ups, quest completions, and purchasing a lovely new table. I also need another waitress and some more furniture. A solid little day. Day 88 was more of the same with shuffling, ingredients purchasing, quest completing, and more research of a second kitchen. Oh yes, nearly 5k profit. Day 89 was here and adventures began. Then straight in some fancy round tables, a quest completion, leek soup level up, and another quest done. All that profit gone. Alright, day 90 was here and I was excited because I could finally arrange a party for the pirates. Then on to topping up ingredients, completing another quest, which unlocks some kind of stew recipe and an apple pie level up. And then on to some more changes to how the tavern is laid out, as well as purchasing more tables and seats. The day ends. Alright, you guessed it. More adventures. We had now got the pirate party in and seated, netting a cool 2.4k gold. They were eating up the smoked ham, which got level up, and more adventures commissioned. I got in a second 4-man band podium and completed another quest. 5,500 baby. Day 92 started with boozy being purchased, soup pots being upgraded, new barman hired, stocked up the new bar, and completed a quest. And all the gold gone again. Day 93 started with more furniture bits being purchased, moving and upgrading, and more adventures again as well. I then moved on to topping up the drinks, setting up the new research for the extra grill. I also didn't like that all the lighting wasn't matching with candles, so I sold the old ones and got in some nice looking ones to match. Then it was time for more tables and yet more quests. We barely broke even, but it's fine. On the next day I started with quests again, served up a new party that was in eating pea stew. I popped upstairs to ponder on how I was going to upgrade the rooms and try and make a bit more money. I figured out to get some better stuff in. Then I took over the exact requirements to achieve at least 4 stars and then proceeded to complete a couple of the rooms. Then I hired a new waitress and got to work on another one of the rooms. A rough day with plenty of upgrades. Day 95 was full of fun stuff like adventures, leveling meals, unlocking the Mona Lisa picture and placing it, more adventures, and getting in some new benches. I then hired another waitress and the day comes to an end, and there was nothing exciting. Day 96 got off to a rich start. And for the remainder of the day, it was all about subtle seat upgrades. Another average day. I started the next day by only allowing main dishes on the menu, and we served a large pirate party for a chunky 2.4k again. This led to a smoked ham upgrade, a quest completion, and some ingredient top-ups. I kept a close eye on the place and enjoyed watching the day sail through. The research completed, so I scheduled the next one in for big hotel furniture. Lovely stuff, and the day ends with a juicy profit too. Day 98 was like this. Quest completion for a legendary bartender. Sack one of ours. Adjust the menus again. Top up booze. Level the steak and fish. Go up and mess with the hotel and upgrade them for better profit. Go downstairs, get chairs, book in another 2 parties, and finish the day. Day 99 starts off with some burglars failing once more. Then we got into the thick of it with adventures, topped up food reserves, leveled the cherry cake, more adventures, completed some quests, and earned some pocket money for the pleasure. A tasty day. Day 100. It started with a major reshuffle again, so I needed to squeeze more in. And on to watching as we served yet another pirate party to earn another nice bit of gold. Then I focused on some extra decorations around the place, followed by watching my money grow for the rest of the day. The success continued with collecting our adventure rewards, sending out more, getting the booze topped up, and leveling up one of the waitresses. I collected a quest reward, topped up food stocks, and leveled up our fruit bowl to 5 stars. At this point, it was important to get more waitresses too. The first day of another 100 was complete, and it wasn't bad. Day 102 started with a quest completion that almost took us to the next reward, as well as cracking on with some more adventures with the gang. As a bit of appreciation, here I am. Thanks for being here and building this glorious tavern with me. It truly is a wonderful sight so far. It has so much more room for improvement. I'm quite excited. It was time to bolster the waitresses once again to ensure we were able to serve the important clients now entering through the door. Then a full stock up again. A whopper profit for the day. Before getting started on the next day, I sold off some old benches and replaced them with the luxurious red ones. I then went upstairs to admire my work. I definitely wasn't watching people sleep. Then we had a lone thief give our guard a good go for the place. No luck, Buster. I cracked on with topping up all the bars and managed to serve the party well. I grabbed the quest and coin and booked in my very first Viking party for a couple of days' time. I was alerted to some completed adventures and got to work spending some gold on further planning to the first floor and more rooms. I slapped on the outstanding seedy wallpaper to match the others and swiftly moved on to buying in beds, lights, and bedside tables, and changed my mind to add a section for a new stairs area. The day finished on a slight deficit, but it's all good. The 104th day, I finished the hotel rooms, then admired the bustling day that was occurring, from peasants to wizards, and even royalty, because lots more adventures bring lots more goodies. Then, some hotel bits. Little man said, they're all the same height, lay down. Oi oi. Modest day, a modest profit. Day 105 begins with some serious quest completion, unlocking recipes and cash. I then topped up the drinks, and even more, and decided it was time to take a look over what we could officially unlock with quest points. The answer is a seriously long list. Then it was back to the adventure board, a big level up for veggie soup and a big quest completion once more, before ending the day out modestly once more. The 106th day was spending spree to get the juices flowing, from tables to benches, followed by a quick top up again. Then I took in the beautiful beards with the Viking party we had in. The Vikings purchased enough to level up the walnut cake, level one of the waitresses, and unlock an elite chef. Lastly, I booked in a wizard party for the day. 3,500 quid profit. At the start of day 107, it was time to sell off some of our old rickety benches in favour of some beautiful cushioned delights. The bloody burglars wanted a piece of the action again, but we were ready. In order to hire the elite chef, I had to fire one of the existing ones. Shame really, as they serve me well, but as we grow, needs must, right? We successfully completed adventures, booked in a pirate gathering, and admired the handsome bold delight that was pouring the ale. After, it was a quick decoration session, and nearly 5k profit done for the day. Day 108 was upon me, and it was time to get rid of the small tables as they weren't beneficial for the space they take. I replaced them with larger tables once more. Then I looked at the quests and saw that we could serve just soups for the day, so I set the menu accordingly. Then it was adventure time that netted us some coconuts. And my mate Randall really needed a full armor and weapon upgrade to fend off anything that tried their luck. Next, I laid some lovely rugs, completed more quests, and adjusted some of our drink prices to get that little extra. Lastly, the day ended with another quest done, but a bit of a negative. Never mind, eh? Day 109, and we were replacing again, followed by serving a sizable party to earn some extra gold. The bars were a bit empty, so they got topped up. The fish stew got leveled, and another quest done. I bet you can guess what was next, eh? Without them, we couldn't get vital ingredients. Juicy day that was on the wallet, I tell you. Day 110 started with candles and a variety of mercenary jobs. It was time to get another floor researched, something I'm excited for. Then, out of nowhere, a fire broke out from one of the glorious beds, from the wise words of Kings of Leon. Your sex is on fire. Enough of that. I got the furniture replaced and it cost us nearly 2k, as well as a fire extinguisher nearby. At this point, I wanted to really try and see how far we could get through the research. Could we really get all this done by the end of this? Then, just before day's end, Lily the waitress had earned herself a promotion. Day 111 started with quests to unlock a brand new roasted meat dish. And then this stupid criminal wanted to have a bash at Randall. What a donut. Adventures continued. Then I leveled the apple pie, leveled a chef, completed a quest, and placed a few more rugs. The final task of the day after promotion was to top up all of our ingredients ready. Yet another green looking day. Before the doors opened on day 112, it was all about upgrading whatever benches we could to make this place much more presentable and bring in a richer clientele. Then, during business hours, I managed to complete a quest, buy more rugs, complete another quest, and serve a big party of 120 rare clients. This earned Maria a promotion too. Good work. Then we popped the 8k profit cherry. On day 113, mercenaries were back. Drinks were bought, and I decided to buy in some new decorations around the place. The business continued to run with more parties being organised and even a lovely painting unlocked too. I decided it would fit perfectly in the hotel for now. The end of the day burned a little, but we did have money to afford a finish like this. Day 114 started with adventures and a bowl of chicken hitting 5 stars. The bold brute Bonanza was feeling the burning gaze of his overlord once more. Not once did he look at me. I completed a quest and set up the next research, plus 1 props for soup. And it was time. The next floor. A spiral stairs goes in, followed up by some basic flooring and a perimeter wall ready for planning. I also replaced the old stairs with a spiral variety before topping up ingredients. Then I organise my staff so they correctly don't leave the ground floor to work above. Then begins the box room bonanza of hotel room delights up top. I slapped in the doorways, then got on to decorating them walls with some seriously questionable choices of decorations, and the windows to match. Now it was time to begin the great move upper floor. This means packing away all of the furniture and beds and readjusting them in their new area, from beds to lights to furniture delights. Then a rough finish to the day. Before starting day 115, I had more readjustments of the hotel kit to do. With it all packed away, I finished what I started. And then back down the floor, I changed over the flooring material and put in the final beds upstairs. And there we have it. Looks quite nice and ready for use, to be fair. On the old hotel floor, I got prepared to expand the food and drink areas to cover more customers. Honestly, I can't remember what achievement that was, but more staff were hired for the new bar area. And a quick collection of items. I really went to town now with a heap loads of tables and benches to try and accommodate a whole load of new customers, which is a pretty big investment. The new tables allowed us to fully serve the brand new parties that arrived. And there we have it. A good little start to the brand new area. Can't wait for you to see what I have planned, seriously. With all the spending, the day still ended relatively well. Day 116 got off to a thievery start, but they failed once more. Take a deep breath. Quests, dish level ups, staff promotions, quests, and booking in a wizard party. What a day. Just in profit. 117th day was all about lighting up the upstairs, ready. Then it was time for a bit of segmented section change around. It proved pretty tricky though to achieve what I wanted at first. I did manage to find these nice wall pieces that would open the section out and still support upstairs though, as well as an entrance archway. This looks pretty decent and kinda looks like its own smoking area. I ended the day with a quest and a decent profit. Day 118 started with a clear vision of decent expansion on the new floor from more staff to extra entertainment. Then it was straight into adventures and serving another party. And after all that, I really wanted to focus on bringing the hotel rooms up to 5 stars. And to do that, I had to dip into my wallet, so I gave them all a lovely bathtub and some fireplaces still. Lastly, I got the coconut pudding to 2 stars, and the day ended still in a decent surplus. I'm not a creep. I'm not a creep. Day 119 was bustling in the tavern, and it was incredible to just listen in to the coin hitting my bank account. And then the 120th day, it was time to sell off some of the old benches. and replaced them with some comfort, as we had a bunch of money to cover it. Then we unlocked a new wallpaper from a quest, so I slapped it on. Then was the start of real beauty upstairs as it came together. I swiftly got in more tables and decorated the outside of the tavern in brick. Lastly, I got in more waitresses and the day ends. A new day dawns and we managed to serve another party. Then crack on with more furniture, drink replenishment, a fish stew level up, casually watching money pile up, and some more random bits. The end of the day books look good. Day 122 started with lots of quests. Then straight into a huge refurnish session, which consisted of some purchases and just a general reshuffle. Then I dipped into my wallet once more to top stuff up. And in the red, the 123rd day started with new research into a second chopping table and the start of a brand new kitchen on the new floor. I hired up some new chefs, completed a quest, moved stuff and topped up ingredients. And lastly, I unlocked a brand new floor tile. A decent little profit today. It was time to lay that new flooring and improve the second kitchen. Then back to reality with a few adventures once more. The party was here and served to earn some cash. Then I signed and set up a second research to help with unlocks. A tiny little corner for you, milady. The drinks needed topping up and a quest was finished. Time to give upstairs even more stuff and things. An average but red day. Day 125 started straight into the adventures. Then I took a second to admire the changes we had already made. On from that, I spruced it up a little more, then leveled the stake to 4 stars. The research of the brewery could finally get underway and another quest was completed. I polished off with more velvety goods and a decent profit still. On day 126, I purchased even more benches, completed adventures, booked in the royals, got a lovely little fireplace and hung some bits. This inspired me to splash out and get a ton of velvety purple curtains covering all of our windows. I quite like it. It's cozy. Profit is profit. The day started with quest completions, promotions, and some burglars trying their luck, but failing. Some gold in hand, I purchased some cozy rugs to warm the toes of visitors and earned a reward from adventures. Then I sold so much turkey it got an instant 2 stars, and a quest completes to give us more wallpaper choices. I alternated them in the rooms. It looks pretty minty and it's pretty grim. Then I had an improvement in mind with a little opening area upstairs, so I replaced all the half walls with a nice patterned variant. It added that little bit more, you know. This was incredible profit. Before cracking on with day 128, it was time for the great refurb, through selling every wooden bench off and replacing it with a velvety goodness to shuffling the tables around to better fit throughout. Then I completed a quest, bought a statue and carried on readjusting a few things. After a final few additions, another quest completed. Fish leveled up and a waitress promoted. A decent profit even after all the purchases. Day 129 starts on the adventures, into segmenting off the stairway area to break up the pattern. Then our fish steak leveled to 5 stars and I got in the remaining fireplaces. Red, but only just. I'll take it. It was day 130 and a promotion was in order and straight into retrieving some goodies. The party was all in and a tidy little profit of 10.5k gold. I do love me some coconut pudding. Yeah, quest done and some stone floors. I was proud of this day. A cool 15k earned on top of so much going on. Happy days. In the early hours of the morning, the thieves arrived to try their luck once more. Now, let me play you a tune with the tables. Back to business, a promotion for a chef, a completion of some adventures, and a promotion for a waitress too. A rough day, but we push forward. Day 132 started with a full food restock, more adventure goodies completed, and onto some red lighting upstairs to add to the feel of the place. It's really starting to fully shape into the vision I had for this area for sure. What do you guys think? Anyway, business doesn't stop. Let's decorate the kitchens. And just like that, another day finishes and I get a mini breather. Day 133 and the adventures are still a daily thing, followed by a puny party that doesn't pay well. They do buy cheese though, so it's all good. And there we go. Mediocrity once more. You guessed how the next day started, right? It was time to earn from a party again though, so I booked in the royals once more. Then I went around and decorated the place a bit more to add some flavour. Lauren, the waitress, got a promotion, followed by some new flooring once more. I do love a bit of wood. Then I managed to complete a huge quest, straight into a financially decent end to the day. I started day 135 by hiring yet another researcher to help get things done, followed by lighting up the open outdoor bit and setting up a few more waitresses to cover the workload. A cool 9k to the end of the day. I got the day started with a few adventures and then straight into serving an 180 person party. This earned a smoked ham level up and a promotion. I finished the day by completing a quest and promoting another waitress. Another decent profit again. It was the 137th day and it started with collecting a quest reward and a stupid one-man burglar trying his luck. My steak dish hit level 5, then research completed, so I got straight into extra guest research. It was time to prep the area for the brewery stations. I got in some level 3 brewers and hired a couple of lads to help. One was cider and one was ale. A little bit of red, but all good. I started the 138th day off with changing up the layout a bit. I can't help myself, you know. I bought a bar at the far end as well. I hired a new barman and filled up a bunch of barrels. A promotion happened and some more decorating. A cheeky little telescope because why not, eh? I also got in another 2 brewers to make even more drinks automatic. A rough day on the balance, but well worth it. The next day started well with quests, adventures, and a turkey level up. And boom, we managed a cool 15k from a party event and 27,000 profit. Day 140, I did nothing but hiring a new researcher. Still managed some profit though. Day 141, you guessed it, adventures. Then I sacrificed another hotel room to make way for a full-blown brewery that covers all drinks. A waitress had earned herself a promotion and a couple of quests completed, unlocking a new wall texture. This was all black and I loved it. Almost minus 15k. Oof. The next day our strawberry cake got a level and we served a smaller party for some chump change. I decided I liked that new wall texture so much that I had to replace the existing downstairs. The dark backdrop looks quality in my opinion. Another decent profit. And then day 143 starts with quests, then straight into adventures. I also took some time to look through specific party events that I could level up specific recipes a little quicker. I followed up with some generic jobs and a few chef promotions. And then ended the day by opening the brewery into one room and finishing off with completing a quest. A basic but profitable day. I cracked on with another researcher and watched them work a little. Do you reckon they're cold there? Man, my wages bill is getting out of hand. Our research is completed, so I queued up the level 2 fire extinguishers next, and yet a decent little finish. Straight into serving a sizable party for the wizard. I finished the day with collecting adventure rewards and buying in a bunch of rugs. I'll take the 16k profit. Here they come again, never learning from past mistakes. What I did next was spend a bunch of money decorating the hotel rooms to earn a quest reward. I got an interesting new floor tile and I'm not sure how I feel about it. I did slap it down in the brewery and one of the kitchens though. It looks much better out of the catalogue. Next up, I was pondering on better ways to level up the specific event foods. And all along, I could have had them on the regular menu without booking in parties. Average as ever, we complete. I cracked on with day 147 by completing adventures, promoting a chef, unlocking a brand new research of an outside garden, to which I had no idea how it works, and finally completing a huge quest. Our day ended well with some good progress. Not much happened on day 148 other than adventures and a small party. 68 gold profit. That's laughable. On day 149, I made huge progress once again through the quests and adventures and netted myself a new white wall. I slapped down the white paint on my downstairs kitchen and was pleasantly surprised. They call me Mr. Average for a reason. Alright, we're already at the halfway mark and straight at it with a bunch of tasks to keep us afloat. We had 95k in the bank at the moment, so I took some time to take in the bold delights pumping the barrels. I finished the day with equipping the new bar with some spare filled barrels and ended on a little profit. I should probably start naming these lads Failure and Useless. Anyway, mushroom soup gets to 3 stars and straight into completing quests and adventures as always. And straight into another soup level and into the 100k gold achievement. Go me! I celebrated with buying some decorations. Then the research finished and it was time to get cracking on toilets. They have been crapping on the lawn for too long. Another decent profit to keep me happy. It was day 152 and it started with claiming a brand new floor tile, so I changed the upstairs kitchen to it to see if it looked alright. Yeah, it looks kinda cool with a cozy red vibe. Alright, mine back in gear. Adventures. I commissioned another 2 researchers to ramp it up if we are to complete it by 200 days. I managed to complete 3 quests, taking that unlocked bar much further. Then the end once more. I started with the usual and then straight into some more spicy decorations. And then, even though we paid top dollar for the best candles, fire broke out on the tables. I got our fire marshals to work and they quickly quelled the threat. I replaced the burnt kit and we cracked on. I ended with a full ingredient top-up and a bit of a negative. On day 154 I unlocked another elite chef, so I fired a lesser man and got him in. This was followed by serving a new party. On the ground floor I changed the floor again. I know, indecisive, but you know, beauty comes from trial and error, right? The strawberry cake hit 5 stars, so no need for those small parties anymore. Day 155 kicked off with rewards from adventures. Then the toilet research was done, so I spent a little time understanding the mechanics and prepping my brain to get these bad boys in. Before getting started though, I commissioned the new floor research once more. Now, what we had set out as a bit of an outdoor kind of area had to be reutilized as our first toiletry space. So I planned around half of the section to be just that. I chose some wallpaper and flooring that would suit, and got in a few stalls and hand basins for washing after. There we go, made use of it and it looks decent. I watched eagerly as people went about their business. Not in a creepy way at all though. Shh. I ended the day with a quest completion and a small profit. Hello, hello, you useless pair. Off you pop. Business-wise, it was quests and promotions for the day. Nothing more to show but a tidy little profit. Day 157 was a busy one with adventures. Food level ups, quest completions that unlocked a new wall tile, and me getting that wall tile up on the walls. Looks as though most days are solid profit. The 158th day and adventures begin, but then a bloody fire broke out. Our lovely volunteers grabbed the buckets and scurried towards the blaze. Not sure if lady's okay? In a bid to speed up unlocks, I got in a few more research benches and hired up the best researchers available. Another night, another load of profit. The next day we got cracking with adventures, more researchers and a bunch of promotions, putting the earnings back into the community. 3.9k profit. Day 160 was a basic day with one dish level up. Pleasantly surprised to end it out on a huge profit though, so I'll take that. Day 161 we handed out a promotion, and Tweedledum and Tweedledee came to say a little hello to Randall. Then it was time to start prepping up the new floor we had researched, so I started packing up the hotel rooms in anticipation and got a new set of stairs ready. With everything prepped, I stripped the whole floor out and pulled down all of the walls too. And there it is, ready to go. I decided to then get the upholstery research for some true comfort. Are you ready? From laying all the floor to building up the walls, it was developing. Windows. Decorating the outside. The job was huge. The packed away beds started to get placed down where I think the rooms will go, followed by actually getting the walls up to segment it. With it all ready to go, it was time to decorate the walls and make it feel like a hotel. Ignore the fact that it's the same as our toilet decorations, alright? I continued the project by placing the doors, decorating the hallways, and getting all of the hotel components in place. Once done, I raised the room price up to $500 a pop to try and balance out the top tier rooms and salaries. And there we go. I like the look of this. Back down a floor, I began the prep of what was to become another toilet block. I purchased a bunch of stools and sinks and made it look presentable. Then I went ahead and built a whole workshop of researchers and hired whoever I could to help me achieve my goals. There it is, a knowledge factory before your eyes. I ended the day with a quest completing and a red balance, but justified. The next day I lit up the floor, completing some more quests, and watched our new workers smash through the research of upholstery. I finished off with more quests and 3 more research benches. A slight negative once more. I decided on a brand new brick-like flooring, as this helps make it feel more cozy for the workforce. Our mushroom soup hit 4 stars, which unlocked quests and straight away to the 5 stars. Nearly 14k profit today. Nice. Whilst promoting, the research completed, so I commissioned unlimited kitchens and decided to redo the walls where I placed the red brick. The black on red is my thing for sure. Day 165 rang true with quests, and the start of the great upholstery refresh began. So much selling, so much replacing, but damn do these things look good. Just take it in, the riches are spent, and it looks glorious. The business was flowing and fish stew leveled up. We were hit with another fire though, and all customers pegged it whilst we dealt with the issue. With the fire disaster averted, the green pea stew hit 5 stars and we smashed through our adventure rewards. We hit a minus of 23k though, it felt rough. Hey up lads, off you pop. The rest of day 166 was quests and a party to cater for. Mini profit made. That'll do. On day 167, I replaced the wallpaper yet again to this lovely cozy pattern on the first floor. I am in love with how this floor looks, almost like a VIP lounge or a naughty club. I ended the day with a quest completing and a nice little profit. On day 169, I completed yet more quests and hit 5 stars on the cheese dish too, and leveled the fish and walnut cake dishes, even closer to our goals and profit once more. This day saw me working tirelessly to upgrade more units to upholstery on the ground floor. Then back to business, it was time to complete stuff and lay a different flooring yet again. Yep, it looks delicious, and so does the coconut pudding. Upstairs, I messed with another different floor and served the Prince party to earn a cool 14k from them for claiming another quest. Day 170 was back to adventures, leveling the turkey dish, hiring more waitresses, and then putting out yet another fire. I think these candle manufacturers are clearly dodgy, right? Day 171, I replaced even more furniture, completed adventures, and leveled some meals. Modest profit again. Day 172, I completed 3 huge quests, smashed through adventures, and served another party. The profits were here and I'm here for it, baby. I leveled more food dishes to level 5 and completed the next research before queuing up level 3 fire extinguishers. Profit, profit, profit. Day 174 was nothing more than earning some basics and finishing with decent cash flow. At the crack of dawn on day 175, it was time to try and spend all the cash to replace every single outstanding bench downstairs and get in those lovely, comfy upholstery variants that the punters love. There it is, about 90% of it fully replaced now and plenty of cash in the bank. More quests and adventures too. And the executioner meetup had arrived and going well. The hotel also kind of just ticks over and does its thing too. A decent 7k profit from that day, even after the spending. Like clockwork, the boys were back before being moved on. I replaced more chairs, completed stuff, and leveled some final meals. I managed to complete another quest, unlocking a new darker brick wall that I had to try out before the day ended in the red. The next day, the remaining benches all got replaced, so 100% upper class now. The work never stops, but we finally dinged all meals on the menu at 5 stars, then worked on some expansions in both kitchens, before finishing slightly in the red once more. At the start of the next day, I started squeezing in a few more tables where possible, followed by adventure rewards. This achievement to complete an adventure with less than a 30% chance, it is a pain. Not to dwell on it, I went to the second floor to chuck down some tables to ramp up the amount we could serve in one go. This allowed us to serve the 402 guests from the royal party and earn 20,000. We still ended on minus 8k though. Day 179 and we unlocked yet another floor style. Then it was time to factor in another big bar area on this floor as well. I spent time and money on filling up a bunch of barrels and staffing more to accommodate. Then the flames of pain burned and we had another problem to deal with. I assembled the glorious fire marshals and put them to task to remedy. The final hours of the day, I got some large tables in and we ended on a minus 17k. Day 180 by booking in the Prince Party, started the research on the level 3 kitchens and finalized a quest. Before day's end, it was time to squeeze in more seating and complete more quests yet again. Another big minus to the balance. Hello, hello, hello. Not today, suckers. The rest of the day was all promotions. And finally, a hefty profit for the troubles. On day 182, I completed more quests, collected rewards, and did even more promotion. My last job of the day was more seating and tables. Day 183 had me eagerly watching my research tick down so I could level up the kitchens, then promotions, and some quests. Almost neutral. The next day consisted of loads of random bits, ranging from decorations to quests, before redecorating the whole of floor 2 with some interesting patterned wallpaper. It looked alright though. I polished off the day with completing a quest and a red balance. There was more of the same as the days went by whilst we were trying to unlock stuff. Then floors got changed and the upstairs kitchen got a huge upgrade. There was now 6 chefs in there cramped and ready. Woo! Some profit. We are edging closer to the end here, with still so much to do. The lads were back to try their luck again, before me finally finishing the research and commissioning the start of the game's research. Hey yo, 11k profit today, lads. This quest completion puts us 3 away from unlocking all quest rewards, so I celebrated and sorted the kitchen out a bit more before unlocking the final piece to the quest puzzle. I placed that floor down as a trophy to what we'd achieved so far. Looks nice, but the fun never stops. Adventures don't complete themselves, and I also hired 3 more waitresses, before ending on a modest profit once more. Day 188. The place looks fantastic so far. With our last hurdles still to come, would we make it? The party was served either way, and a lovely profit again. Let's go! The next day was a quick one, with not much going on, before finishing out once more. Day 190 was upon us, and the robbers were here again. No match for Randall as always, before cracking on with the benches and promotions. A 6k profit to end the day. The 191st day saw even more adventures and goodies, before being alerted to a blaze up in the hotel as well. The profitable streak continues. You guessed how the day started. into us unlocking our first set of games for the tavern and commissioning the basement research. I got the games area set up in our space upstairs, which consisted of axe throwing stool and a punch bag. I eagerly admired one of our first willing customers as they slipped on the 12-ounce gloves and started pounding away at the droopy sack. This entertainment came at a cost, clearly. Well, the axe throw is pretty cool, eh? Look at this lady go. I wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of her, that's for sure. And then we finally hit the 30% achievement. A rough end. The next day, I bought stuff, and we ended on high profit. Hello lads, how's it going? Come to steal? Randall, what do you think? Well, adventures and the final research to watch, but we didn't quite complete it yet. Day 196 started super with that research getting done. This opens up the basement for a proper go at a brewery. So, we had an impressive amount of space to work with here. I am envisioning bits and bobs. I lined up the new staircase down after making room for it. I laid the flooring, added in the walls, painted them, and firstly got the brewery set up downstairs. A tidy little profit whilst we work. And day 197 I moved the games area down to the basement as well. I then got in 2 more researchers upstairs to try our best at completing them, followed by a bunch more seats upstairs as well. There we go, the start of the basement is complete and barely in the green again. We got up to the usual on day 198 and also continued the purchases, but really we had no cash left. I went down to the basement to watch over them as they gladly enjoyed the new bits we had set up. Red, red, red. Don't fret, adventures await. With plenty of space and some angry customers, I got in a new toilet block downstairs as well. Decorated it and purchased the necessary bits. Before hearing the roar of yet another fire, it's like someone is doing it on purpose. Fire quelled, I went ahead and squeezed more seating in upstairs, even using some cheapo benches as we had rinsed the gold reserves completely. Minus 17k. The final day gets underway with a failed burglary attempt. Cheers, Randall, before collecting my rewards from adventures. Then I eagerly watched to see if we had any chance of completing the basketball game before 200 days. We did manage to earn 25k serving the Royals again though. I used the profit to buy more games for the punters and admired as people came and went, playing with all the goodies. On day 201, the focus was earning some more money through the hotel rooms. I ramped the prices up as much as possible, then I redecorated the basement. Day 202 was all about watching that research complete for the archery game, which I quickly followed up with a hefty refurb upstairs. I then eagerly watched as the research slowly trickled down further. No time to waste, I got in a brand new musician's podium up top, followed by an archery game thing. A hefty negative followed. On day 204 was nothing but fires, but managed to stay in the green. On day 205, I moved all the researchers upstairs and started to set the area up for some lovely round tables. Then I took in some interesting sights while someone shot directly at a person's face. 8k profit for the day as well. In the early hours, those 2 weirdos showed up, but failed, as always. Then, it was only now I'm realising where the garden space was. I got straight to work laying the outside perimeter. Onto what was a lovely time to introduce some wooden seating areas outside. Don't want rain on the upholstery, right? Lastly that day, a new punch bag to end in the red. Before starting day 207, I rearranged the tables I had purchased outside as I had a bit of an idea to make it look nice. I left the back strip to add in some wildlife and truly make you want to sit out in the lovely summer's day. And there it is, the flaming torches in the darkness also look incredible. When money came, I added even more flowers to it, before ending with 5k profit for the day. On day 208, I watched eagerly as the research continued to flow in on the winter tavern option. I also managed to serve the Prince party, buy some hammer games, and finalise the wildlife outside. Ending on nearly 10k profit. On day 209 I did nothing but perfect my garden area some more, before ending in the red. On day 210, I got to work finalizing the little opened up seating area on the first floor with some decent stools and some decorations. Before watching the basketball research trickle down too. Another red day. On day 211, I added another table outside with some interesting stools and some furniture inside too. The lads were back to say hi to Randall. Then the final table for the garden was placed. The Winter Tavern finally finished and we had one more to go. Turns out the Winter Tavern was a whole new scenario that had unlocked. Moving on, it was more games into another bloody fire breaking out. Still convinced these candle companies are in on something. A huge deficit. I patiently watched the research get done. And then I fired every single researcher before also selling out all of their kit as well. I did some work with getting in a new bar, topped up every drink required, and filled out what I could with new tables. Another major deficit. Buy more stuff. And only just ended in green. On day 215, I had no money, so I was just staring at the research as it edged me. And the day ends. Well, turns out I've missed a total of 4 days as my recording corrupted. Here, though, is a good look of the final product and everything we've achieved. All 100% of the achievements were completed, and the total time it took was around 20 hours. Please let me know your thoughts on the final design, thoughts on the game, and finally, thank you so much for being here with me. It really, really does mean the world to me. Please like the video and subscribe if you aren't already to catch the next 100 Days style. Take it easy,